Hey there guys, today we're looking at Need for Speed Rivals running on the i5-1135G7. Now this game is currently running at 1080p, but the settings are set to the lowest possible, and the game is running at 30 FPS for the most part because it actually is capped at 30 FPS. Now there are mods you can download that let you unlock it, but there are a lot of physics stuff that are still tied to the frame rate. So there will be certain things that will be running at essentially double speed, and it will ruin the gaming experience for you. So I would recommend just keeping it at 30, especially on a laptop like this, where you actually get some pretty decent performance when you run it at 30. Now, I tried raising the graphics settings, and it really started to tank the 1% lows, and I would rather just keep things the way that they are right now with the lowest possible settings to keep the most consistent 30 FPS, because this is running on the Frostbite engine, and so far it seems like this chip has not responded well to the Frostbite engine. It is very playable though, and I actually had a very good time playing this game. It was very enjoyable. It is a little weird trying to adjust again to 30 FPS because I have spent most of my time on PC playing at above 60. For sure, it took a little bit for me to adjust to 30 FPS. Again, I've become very accustomed to at least 60 in a lot of games, so having a locked 30 is a noticeable downgrade, but having it be so consistent is better than just having fluctuations from like 60 down to 30, you know? So it was a very consistent experience, and I think that's really all that's going to matter. If you don't have that FPS counter there, you're probably not even going to think about the FPS. You're just going to be focused in on playing the game, and you're going to be able to do that perfectly fine at 1080p with the lowest settings. You can mess around with certain settings. You can adjust a few things to turn them up, but for the most part, even at the lowest settings, it looked perfectly fine for me. I don't really want much fluctuation on the FPS when I'm like driving at high speeds anyway, or this happens. So either way, you know, like this is already me with the best possible experience possible here. So I don't want to hinder that even more. I didn't even bother to try 720p. I'm sure maybe 720p will let you adjust the settings even more, but I feel like if you could run this at 1080p at the lowest settings, you might as well. You know, why bother lowering the resolution to get like a little bit better graphics when really all that matters here is the gameplay? But at least that's how I am with racing games. I don't really necessarily care about graphics as much as I care about actual gameplay, but maybe that's different for you. Either way, I hope you found this video useful. If it was, be sure to subscribe. I appreciate you for watching. And also, we are going to be getting a 5500U laptop in very soon. I have been waiting on this order. It has taken weeks, but it should be getting here soon, within like the next day or two. So tomorrow might actually be the first time that you see a game. Maybe later on in the day, not exactly like early on, but perhaps around like maybe 6 to midnight, you might be seeing a 5500U video again, and this time I'm going to be testing on a system that isn't going to have a completely terrible screen on it.